So glad you could join us from the farm, Stanford Stadium in Palo Alto. It is week 8 of the EA Sports college football season, and the games are getting more intense. It's the NC State Wolfpack and the Stanford Cardinal. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe will be down on the sideline. NC State with the kickoff team on the field and just about ready to start. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cardinal offense will take the field to get things underway. Onto the field comes Davis Warren. Last time out, a solid day in a victory, throwing for more than 200 yards and a couple of scores. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Ford. They make the stop, and they had to work for it. A nice little juke, and he'll have 7 on that one.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Wants to throw. It's Warren. Here comes the heat. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man on the right. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. He'll take it on the return. Slips through the line. Wide open, and it's a foot race. Touchdown, North Carolina State. The hidden yardage, the big plays, special teams coming through. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Man, you just can't put a price on having a guy like that back there to return punts, and he turned that one into a touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Stanford's offense heads out, hoping to move the ball on this drive. They punted on the opening possession of the game. Might still have a few plays left on that opening script. Escapes trouble. And he got 5 yards on the play. 2nd and 5 coming.
Tell you what, that read game really slows you down defensively, kind of makes you play responsibility football. And when you get chunks like that on first down as an offense, I would continue to come back to it.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. To the air, it's Warren. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Trying to burn this defensive back. Hauls it in down the sideline. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Looking looking to pass inside the red zone. And to get rid of it quickly. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
Well, we're only in the first quarter, but already this defense is making their presence felt. We've seen time and time again their ability to rush the passer and get hits on this QB. His toughness is going to get tested.
Well, they dial up on second and a long way to go. Off the RPO, complete. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Still third down, but more ground to cover after the flag. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Warren. Makes the catch. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
I love the third down defense. I love the defense understanding passing situation, dropping back, keeping everything in front of them, and then breaking on the football. In order to do this and be great on third down, you got to do one thing really well. You've got to come up and make that tackle, and that's exactly what he did.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Stanford.
That's a nice job by the offense there in their second drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. It didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls, and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find the rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. The defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
The Wolfpack offense takes the field, and we'll get a peek at them for the first time in this one. And there he is, this senior wide receiver. This is the guy the entire passing game is built around. He is a big play waiting to happen.
And there was times during the week where we were texting. We have a group text for these games every single week. And we talk about different guys. And this receiver, we were like, is the tape in fast motion? Like, this dude is flying out wide. Like, this is a guy that legit has that take the top off the defense speed, elite speed. Palmer, this is a guy that defenses, and talking to the coaches, they are extremely worried about.
Yeah, the D coordinator in this game told us he just hasn't slept much this week, knowing how fast this guy is and just how he can score any given play. And they've got to do a really good job in this one communicating, understanding where he is, but making sure there is at least one safety playing deep, because you know this guy is going to get his opportunities deep down the field.
Firing to the right, complete. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
Well, I know there's a lot of people out there thinking, hey, it's third down, you got to throw.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Finding some room. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. In their own territory, but completely undaunted as they go for it and make it on fourth down.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't even think you have a second thought anymore. Even in your own side of the field, like, what, I'm going to have bad field position? Nah, I don't really care. We're going to go for it. We're going to play the numbers. We're going to be aggressive.
Caught behind the line. It's Snow. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
Yeah, and I tell you what, when you stick these fast suckers in the slot, they don't have to be big. But you get those guys that are so quick in the slot, they can get great matchups, and I can get the ball to them quick because they're such dynamic playmakers.
Running inside, it's Scott. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. That's reeled in. It's snow. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. NC State will line up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal. Play number 9 on this drive. On the ground. He cannot get it in. A mere inches away from pay dirt.
After getting stopped on that 2nd down, don't be surprised if the offense hands it off to him again here at the goal line on 3rd.
They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. On the snap, it's Gauze. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, NC State. You want to keep your offense on the field, wear down the defense, put that tape on and show it in a clinic. That's the way it's done.
And as a defense, man, there's nothing more demoralizing. You can handle it when you give up 3, but to give up the touchdown at the end of a long drive, you're already exhausted. You've already been punked the whole way down the field. Man, that's frustrating.
The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. Got a man, it's Blackburn. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
I send the tight end in motion. They'll run the counter. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. They go right back to it. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. DB's right up on the receivers. Motion from the wideout. Back to throw. It's Warren. Pressure coming.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the...
10. They'll move the wide receiver. Back to pass, it's Bailey. Fires to the tight end. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw. Snap in the shotgun. Fakes to grab. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Wilson. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
Well, they're trying to go with the QB design run, but nice job defensively. They were not fooled by it. They were physical up front. Guys defeating blocks, able to get that tackle for loss.
Off play action. Looking to get it in. He stopped short of the sticks. They're still in field goal range if they choose to kick it here.
I really like this slot receiver because of his shiftiness, and you see that on his route run. Really, really nice job creating separation for his QB.
The run inside. It's Gauls. He never had a chance, never came close to converting that fourth down. Great job by this defense. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. That hole closed quickly. He'll get 1 out to the 6.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Working that wide receiver screen. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Scanning the field, it's Warren. Takes a hit as he fires. On target over the middle. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. Stanford wants to push the pace.
Really nice poise by the quarterback on that throw. He's obviously backed up deep in his own end. He knows he can't take a sack, but all of his focus is downfield on coverage. He finds the matchup he wanted, and it's an explosive play for the offense through the air.
That's caught. It's Blackburn. Line getting set on 2nd down. They'll run play action. Finds the tight end. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line.
When offenses get 1st downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
You know, we don't see this very much in college football anymore. Quarterbacks just taking care of their bodies and making smart decisions. Get down on the ground so you don't take one of these big hits from these nasty defensive players and just give yourself a chance to make it through the rest of this game.
Pressure's there and he lets it go.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. Now the Wolfpack will use the first of their timeouts. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this 4th down. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Looking for a man. It's Bailey. Going downfield for the big play. Makes the catch on the left. Down inside the 35. Stopped him at the 34. And what an electrifying play. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Scott. Turning it on. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. NC State needs to take advantage of this red zone trip.
Hey, kill it.
Wide receiver going in motion. Quick release on the RPO. Got a little grass. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. Timeout called by NC State. That's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They've hit him with back-to-back chunk plays. Now it's 1st and goal. Tight end now in motion. A first down run on the doorstep. Touchdown, Wolfpack. And they take it in for 6 more points.
You know, there are so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cardinal offense takes the field, ready to attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But
he's loose. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. Timeout is called by the Cardinal. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. Makes the catch. It's Brown. Now Stanford is going to call a timeout. That's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
Looking downfield, it's Warren. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Now the Cardinal decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And they get him down for the sack, and they'll go to the locker room feeling good about their pass rush. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. We're just about ready to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. NC State heads out, gearing up to go on the attack. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the 3rd quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator.
There he goes. He rolls all the way up to the 40-yard line before going out of bounds, in this running game making an impact.
in halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
Fires to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, quarterback trying to get aggressive, trying to take a shot deep down the field, but just not on the same page with his wide receiver as the pass falls incomplete.
To throw, it's Bailey. On target. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chains.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Finds his man. It's Snow. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Snow.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
On third and short, the power run here. Headed to the end zone. And he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Wolfpack! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
And this is why you consistently run the football. A steady diet because you can break the long touchdown runs. Nice job breaking through the line of scrimmage, outrunning the rest, getting in for the long touchdown run.
Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. After the defense just gave up a touchdown, they really need to put something together on this drive. Oh, he'll keep it on the draw. Pickup of 8. It's now 2nd and 2. Stanford quickly to the line.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Caught in the backfield, it's Blackburn. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Looking for a man, it's Warren. Fires quickly, and they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. Stanford gets set to snap it on first down. They'll move the tight end. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
Second down, they'll go to the air. That's caught. It's Ford. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there.
And that's really good defense. That's discipline, man. Understanding, covering top to bottom, but not leaving the running back with a lot of space. They throw that football out to the flats. They break on it right now, give up absolutely no yardage. Nice job seeing it, breaking on it, and making the play.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35. Stanford lines up to punt it away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Running inside, it's Scott. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Really nice job by this defense. First down was not successful. They get the second and short, and those are the downs where they can be really aggressive on offense and take advantage. So you kind of don't know how to play it, but they did a good job playing the run, protecting themselves against the pass, and now forcing a third down.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. And it'll be downed right there.
That's a great job downing the football, setting your defense up, great field position. A lot of times you let that thing bounce one too many times and it climbs in the end zone, but that was a good job of making sure you downed it and set your D up.
Not much room there. They'll give him 1 to the 9.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On the move. And they get the 3rd down stop. What a play by this defense. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Makes a move. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 38. The run inside. It's Gauze. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Dropping back, it's Bailey. Got a man, it's Gauze. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And that's what I love about this offense, man. They run the football and get first downs. They throw the football and get first downs. So much balance. That's why they're the #2 offense in all of college football getting first downs. They are so hard to defend.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Gauze. Jumped on top of the pile.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. He's looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now. Get ready for another.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And the route is on. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Stanford's offense heads out, hoping to move the ball on this drive. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Looking to pass. It's Warren. He's got him. 7-yard pickup on that one. It's now 2nd and 3.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Jump ball, and he's got it. Oh, what a grab.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Looking to the big tight end. Complete in the middle. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They're working that left side. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The officials stop play here as they check on the injured Cardinal player. The junior running back slow to get up. We hope this is just momentary. Howie Rowe will keep an eye on everything for us. There is no point in a field goal here, so the offense stays on the field on 4th down. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinal! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, you got to love the attitude of this team. I know they're still down by a lot on the scoreboard, but a really nice job by the quarterback. Accurate throw on that touchdown pass.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. And he's not going to take the touchback. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Wolfpack offense comes out ready to start this drive. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day.
Makes a grab and room to run. He's at the 40, at the 20. Touchdown, North Carolina State! And the beatdown has ensued. They can now exhale just a little bit with that lead, and they are close to a victory here in the 8th week of the season. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Hey guys, checking in on the Stanford sideline. This defense has been the star of the show today. The offense has had their back against the wall, and now is the moment they've got to come alive. They are trailing in this game, and I can see them talking to each other before they take the field for this drive. Now is their moment. They feel it, and they're trying to get each other hyped up and ready to go for this possession. Back to you.
Holly, thank you.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And you got to find a matchup. Like, what is the matchup out wide that you can go with? 4 verts, I get it, but they're playing deep. They're understanding that they got a lead. They can play with a cushion. We just need a guy to win a one-on-one battle. Who is our guy that we can pick to make a play down the field?
And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
It's been that kind of day for this offense. They just simply have not been able to execute. They haven't been able to put points up on the board because of plays like that, because of drops.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Fires to the right. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. From the gun, the ground game.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. Quarterback will keep it. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll ride the hot hand. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making a play.
Makes the grab on the left. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
And that's a great play call by the offensive coordinator because that play is essentially the extension of a sweep play. You're getting your running back an extra touch to the perimeter of the field, so now he can go to work in open space.
The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. 1st and goal now as NC State tries to find a way to score. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. On the move. And he gets nothing. And this defense is not giving an inch right on the goal line. After getting stuffed, what do they have for an answer here on 3rd and goal from the 2? Got his man. Could not make his way to the corner. There's an old school thought that says just take the 3 here, but that feels like a win for the defense. I'm going here.
Yeah, and there's a new school thought that says I'm inside the 2-yard line. It's 4th down. I'm going for it. I'm going to be aggressive. So I don't think you have many opportunities like this. I like my chances going for it.
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And the head coach is going to keep going for it on 4th down because his offense responds like that. Your coach gives you the ultimate vote of confidence. Down on the goal line, we're going for it. I believe in you guys to execute and get us in the end zone, and they pay it off. Phenomenal job up front by the offensive line. You love to see a team respond to their coach's confidence.
The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, This is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget.
That will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. And man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different look.